Welcome back, friends. Today I have for you some fun bunny themed crafts to do with your kids. We're going to start with a regular copy white paper and some pink construction paper. We're also going to use the stock paper in these bright, beautiful colors. I'm going to use this elastic band that you can find at Dollar Tree. You can use the pink one or white one. I'm going to use a pair of scissors and a hole puncher, as well as a glue stick. You can also use white glue if you have that, a pencil, and we're going to start by folding the white copy paper. I am going to be frank with you. I wish I would use stock paper because it just held up better, but I'm going to show you how I fixed it. Okay, so I drew a line that is about an inch thick at the bottom, and then left about an inch from the inside, so the side that I folded, and then I drew what will look like bunny ears. Then I'm just going to cut it. What we're creating is a bunny themed headband that your kids can use. Once it's cut, once you open it up, you see the two bunny ears. All right, I'm going to fold both ends just about an inch and then use the glue stick to attach it. This is so that it's a little thicker. This is another reason why I would use stock paper and not copy paper. But again, I thought it would work. All right, so now that it is glued, we're just going to punch a hole right there on each side. And then we are going to attach the elastic band. You can make this as long or as little as you want to, depending on the size of the head. And just making a very simple knot on each end was sufficient. Now it's time to add some details to the ear. So we're just going to fold the pink construction paper, and I'm just going to cut it. It's going to look like bunny ears. It's just going to be a little smaller than the white one. And we are going to attach it to the center of each ear using the glue stick. And then we're going to add florals. Now you can make the florals like I'm going to make them, or you can just use regular, flowers that you can find at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to freehand a flower on the green paper and then just cut two other pieces of the other two color and just cut them all together so they're all the same size and shape. And then we are going to use the same papers and punch a hole so that we have a color of each. And I'm just going to glue the little dot inside or in the middle of each flower, just changing up the colors. Now I'm just going to give the leaves or the petals, I guess, a little curve using my scissor. You can also use your fingers if you want. And then I'm just going to attach the flowers to the front. And then this is when I realized that the ears were not going to stay up. They were just too paperish, you know what I mean? If that's even a word. So I'm just going to use some popsicle sticks and I'm just going to hot glue it to the back. Now, if you have stock paper, it will hold up. But if you have copy paper, again, that's okay. Just use the popsicle sticks. And that's it. Once I lifted it, it really held and it looks so stinking cute. What a fun craft you can do with your kids. It is easy. It is quick. And I think they'll love wearing them. And you can just change up the color if you need to. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next bunny Easter craft, I'm going to start with a construction white paper. And yes, it will work for this one. I'm also going to use the leftover stock paper from the previous project. And then I'm also going to use googly eyes for this one. I'm going to use one small pink pom-pom and a pink Chanel stem or pipe cleaner, a pair of scissors. I'm also going to use my hot glue for this one. I am going to use a pencil, and I'm also going to use a round object, whatever size of roundness I guess you want is fine. I'm going to start by tracing the inside of the tape and creating a little bunny head, so I'm just going to make some bunny ears. And then I'm going to cut that. You can make this project in any size. It just depends on how big you want that bunny head to be. Once I have it cut, make sure that you place it with the pencil marks facing down. I made the mistake of doing it with the pencil marks facing up, and you can see it in the picture at the end. But it's no big deal, but just wanted to let you know and learn from my mistakes. I'm going to use the pink stock paper to cut out smaller ears just to place it right there in the center, kind of like what we did with the previous project. I'm going to add the googly eyes. These are kind of like medium size, I suppose. And I'm just going to place them right there. I'm going to take the Chanel stem. I'm going to fold into 3 equal parts, cut them, and then I'm just going to line them up in front of each other, just next to each other, twist them in the center, and this will be the whiskers of the bunny. And then we're just going to cut off any excess from the sides, depending on how long you want them. I'm going to hot glue it right there. I am then going to place a little pom-pom right on top, so it creates a little nose. All right, we're going to take the orange stock paper, and I'm just going to place it at the bottom of the bunny, kind of mark where I want to cut. That way I'll have the width of what will be a carrot. And then I'm going to freehand the carrot as long as I want. You can make it as long as you want as well. And then I'm just going to cut it. This part I didn't know I was going to do. I just changed my mind at the last minute. So I'm just going to add these little lines with a dark orange. I think it's like a brownish tone. It just gives it that carrot look. I'm going to use some of the green stock paper and I'm going to cut a piece that's just short of 1 inch, and I'm going to place it and hot glue it at the top and cut off the excess, and then I'm going to add it to the bottom of the bunny. That's why we did not add a mouth to the bunny, because he's hiding behind the carrot, but look how cute this is. This would be a great bookmark for kids that love to read. I would love to know what you think. Let me know down in the comments. For this next bunny themed Easter craft, I'm going to start with 2 clothespin. These are the standard size ones. You can use bigger ones, but I wouldn't recommend smaller ones. I'm going to use white paint as well as a paintbrush. I'm going to use, again, googly eyes for this one. I'm going to use pink and blue ribbon. I'm going to use pink and blue markers, although I changed the style of marker here in just a minute. I'm going to use this thin point marker. You can also use a pen if you have that. And the piece of scrap stock paper in the pink, the hole puncher, the hot glue, but you can also use a regular, any other glue that would work, but I think the hot glue works really well with the wood. I started by removing the little clip from the clothespin, and then I'm just going to join the clothespin again in the same direction and style as the original was, but I'm just going to hot glue them instead of having the clip on them. Just add a little dab of hot glue and join them together. And then I'm going to paint them white because these are going to be bunnies, of course. So I'm just going to paint every side, including the inside of the, what will be ears. And then I'm going to set them to the side to dry completely. I did that on both of them. Now, while they dry, I am going to get things ready. I'm going to punch a couple of holes of the pink stock paper. And then I'm going to make little tiny bows for our bunny. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to loop 2 ends of the blue ribbon. I'm going to swoosh it in between, just kind of crisscross in between, and then pull and adjust as needed, just like tying your shoes. I'm going to do it again so that you can see it. I'm just going to loop 2 ends. I'm going to crisscross it and loop it in between, pull and tug and adjust as needed. Now this ribbon does fray quite a bit, so this is a little trick for you, of course, not your kids. You can also use a lighter to just kind of melt the ends, and it'll tighten it and it will not fray on you. The little googly eyes that we're going to use are the tiniest ones I have ever seen. So I have everything ready, and I'm going to use the markers, and I'm just going to draw the inside of the ears. One of them is going to be blue. The other one's going to be pink. And of course, you want a marker that has a thin point, and this is why I had to switch them, because that area is so small. I'm going to add the tiny googly eyes right there where the eyes would go. And then I'm going to add whiskers in the center with the small tip black marker. And this is where I think a black pen would also work. Now, you want to add the nose first. I made the mistake of adding the bows first. After you add the whiskers, add the nose because it'll be easier. But that's okay. I made it work. I hot glued the little bows underneath what will be the nose. And then I added the nose. Again, just add it first. No big deal. Just a little bit of glue goes a long way. And that's it for this one. Oh my gosh, you can make a bunny out of anything. And these clothespin bunnies are just adorable. They are one of my favorites, but I'd love to know what you think. Let me know down in the comments. I have another video here for you with tons more of Easter crafts inspiration. Check it out. I'll see you later and have fun crafting.